Hello, this is Stephen Childs, creator of Church of Fairness and the World Fairness Agreement. So, basically where this started is that growing up, most of the other people had surrendered to the Lord to Jesus, I suppose you could say, Father in heaven, or to like Judas or Satan or something that was opposed to the God, but they still were surrendered to a ruler over them. It's like a gang. You're either in this gang or you're in that gang. And if you're not in a gang, both gangs are trying to defeat you to get you in their gang. So I met a guy I was going to school to become a social worker. I was going to go, I had like 4 years of college, and we went into a group therapy session to learn group therapy as part of the Master in Social Work program. And it was a drug and alcohol certificate class for a counselor. And they started gang stalking me, the whole bunch of them. It was bizarre. I couldn't understand. I couldn't make sense of it. Because all I knew is that I was being targeted, and I hadn't had that happen before. So, long story short, I dropped out of school, and I went kind of out of sight, out of mind, or I abandoned that approach and started looking for another way to support myself. It's like the movie They Live, where the guy that knows about it is like always being attacked by it. And there's a few people that know about how the aliens have taken over the planet. And they're trying to free humanity from being controlled by these controlling aliens. Another movie like this is Stephen King's Tommyknockers. There was a movie of it that fit very well what I'm describing. Another example is Invasion of the Body Snatchers. So they get control of the people. So it's like a gang taking control of you. So then you got to pay the gang money to even stay in business. And it's a racket they have going on. So having said all that, I'm not defeated, and I'm not going to be, because I'm given information from above the level of human earth consciousness. So I want to talk briefly about the Gnostic sect, Mani. This is where I got this experience. It might have been some people in Manichaeism that they were teaching that the physical world is corrupt. Material is corruption. Spirit is good. Material is bad. And I had this entity connect with my mind, communicating to me that he is me and he's my spiritual twin, or my spiritual self that is not of material, and that I should seek to get to the spiritual world. So you see this idea in the Krishna consciousness. The material world is bad. And so by devotion to Krishna, by chanting Hare Krishna, you'll be taken to the spiritual realm. And I was told this is a hoax. This is like the evil controllers keeping humans under control. So we hear these days that people will say, I'm you. And that's like a threat to me. That's like they're trying to take over me. They're not me. So now I'm here, and then stop me. So they're activated. The others that are non-human, that I can hear telepathically. Historically, all of the people, if I was to talk like this, they would say that I need to be committed to a mental hospital, that I'm schizophrenic. Well, I've worked with therapists, I've worked with psychiatrists from the state hospital, and they don't agree with that. They don't agree with the idea that I should be committed. They don't think that. I think they have interest in what I'm doing as doctors. If they have compassion, if they have love for humanity, then they're interested in anything that's going to help their patients and their fellow humans around them. So it's the goodness of humanity that's going to save us. So it's like Scientology, L. Ron Hubbard. He was saying that psychiatrists are the most evil people on the planet, and that just join Scientology and we'll fix you right up and take all your money in the meantime. You know, follow the money. You see what I'm saying? It's about making money. It's about gaining power or money, prestige. I read a book called Energies of Transformation by Bonnie Greenwell. You could find it. I called her on the phone, and when I told her that my situation involves connection to extraterrestrials, she just the door just closed. I can't help you. She told me some names that didn't lead to any help. Weird, huh? But she's describing how there's over 100 people that are having a Kundalini awakening, and it resembles schizophrenia or bipolar disorder. And I'm thinking, this is me. I'm not really bipolar. I was diagnosed bipolar. It doesn't matter to me. My doctor that diagnosed me, she says, if you don't think something's wrong, we'll take a video of you while you're behaving manically, and we'll show you how you're acting. And so I said, yeah, you're right. I agree, there's something wrong with my mind. I don't know what it is. And she had, like, the doctor that diagnosed me, she had books on her shelf. Thomas Merton, I'm familiar with him. New Seeds of Contemplation. And some other books that were along spiritual ideas that I resonate with. So I had some trust for her. And so she, because I was cooperative and trying to help, she knew I was trying to help people. So, I was not seen as a problem. And one of the other doctors I worked with from the state hospital said that he thought I had a lot of hope that I would get through this because of my insight on what's going on. And I'm telling you what's going on. It's like they live. It's like these other beings are controlling us. And I can hear them. Like last night, they were tormenting me a lot. So I become very violent. I revert to having violent thoughts toward them, to hurt them really bad. I want them exterminated. And they might be. Let me tell you why I'm saying this. See, they're not humans. And I was told about them in a vision, in a dream, one night. I was told how there's aliens that got trapped, they got lost, they've been controlling Earth to solve their problem. They have humans under their control to solve their problem. And they're going to stop controlling us because there's a war against them by more powerful extraterrestrials, aliens, than they are. Maybe it's pretty close to equal in power, I don't know. There's a war against them because they're doing humans wrong. So they stop. Here's the deal. The war would be over. They would agree to not control humans any longer. And I would be obligated to guide them, to guide them to a safe place, home. That wasn't really specified. So then years later, I write the World Fairness Agreement. So that's what they need to do. That's their guidance. They either accept the terms of the World Fairness Agreement or I want them totally exterminated, absolutely exterminated. So they know it's a real war against them. And that's all they got to do is agree with the World Fairness Agreement. So the short form of this is don't do anyone wrong. See, they're doing me wrong last night. Horrible, offensive thoughts directed at me. Stop doing others wrong. Care about everyone. They don't care about me. They want me to surrender them. So, don't do anyone wrong, care about everyone. Now, what I'm telling people is the short form of what's in the World Fairness Agreement. If someone's doing you wrong, curse them. And then you can give it to your higher power. The problem, give it to God, Satan, whatever your higher power is, to be the mechanism of the punishment, to bring the war to them, to stop them from doing us wrong. So I'm trying to unite humanity against anyone doing us wrong, human or non-human. Okay, so going back to the idea of God, there's the tyrant God, the one that says, I'm all powerful and you will surrender to me and I know everything and I created everything. And the Gnostic said, no, you're a laughing stock. Why are you jealous of other gods? Or his mom says, you're wrong, son. The Father's above you. Something else is above you. You didn't create this place. You're a liar. You're lying to us. You did not create us. So this is why I find the Rig Veda creation hymn so important. Because it's in the realm of religion, spirituality, and it explains. I put a video on Carl Sagan reading it. And it's like very short, concise, right to the point. And Carl Sagan is appreciative of the humility of this particular spiritual document, hymn. It's because it says that creation created the gods. It doesn't say that it had a mind. It said there's the potential for intelligence in the waters or something. Somewhere I read that. So this sounds like it's been given to us by some powerful beings that passed by and told the humans, and then they're like long gone. Just hoping that we figure it out. Well, we figured out evolution and Big Bang and quantum entanglement and non-locality. So what they told us is that the one, they're talking about the one, that's they're devoted to serving this one. That might have been them interacting with humans. And so the early humans thought they were God. So then we start telling stories. It's like, you tell somebody something and it goes through 20 people and it's completely different from what was started out. So it's through our appreciation of truth and knowledge and wisdom that we keep ourselves on the right course. So what is the truth of this? See, this is the answer, is what is the truth of all this? Let's look at our modern day political world. We have tyranny, totalitarianism, someone getting all power over everything, like Stalin, like Trump, like Hitler, like Mussolini. And then they bargain with each other, and they either have wars against each other, or they make deals. So the other alternative is the people working together in cooperation, ruled by law of the people. Well, the USA has this system of we the people, in order to form a more perfect union, establish justice. We haven't done that, folks. That's what the World Fairness Agreement's about. We need protection from the other empires. Communism is a problem for who? For people that want freedom. So, Stalin killed a lot of his own people. Estimation is 10,000 through starvation or whatever, and one thing or another. I don't really know the exact details. Hitler killed 6 million Jews, and the Jews have the God that says, I'm the all-powerful one. And that's like in the Hindu religion, after the Rig Veda idea got replaced in a kind of subtle, sneaky way by Brahma, the creator. Now the story is like he's dreaming us into reality. There's all kinds of mythology in Hindu religion. Shiva cuts his head off in one of the stories. So the destroyer killed the creator. So that's similar to the Gnostic idea that the creator's gone wrong and has to be overthrown by a higher God above. So I'm going to just put all this, there's gods that have power over us aside. because I don't think there is. I think there's one power, one reality, one totality of everything. And you can call it God if you want, or Satan if you want. And so it's what we are. So this is what the Sikh religion is teaching today for the last 500 years. The founder of the Sikh religion, Guru Nanak, I don't know how you pronounce it exactly. He was shown that everything is one thing, and the one thing is what we are. And it's what all the events that take place on the planet are, this one thing. So I'm describing it as the primary reality. Call it Satan, just for fun. The primary is Satan, and that Satan doesn't necessarily have a mind. And the secondary is like the manifested cosmos and the planet and the biological evolution and the humans with minds and all the other extraterrestrials that have minds. We're secondary to the primary reality. So there's great relief in staying focused on the primary. This is like the awakened state of mind. I live in the world, but I'm not of the world. There you go. There's another example of what I'm talking about. So Satan is all there is. I'm safely within Satan, and God can never harm me, ever. So God is like the intruder into this planet that's trying to take over. And God is these aliens that are lying to us, cheating us, telling us they're a good guy. So there you go. I don't think it had a mind in the first place. So there's no ultimate authority. We don't have to worry about it because there's not one. So what's the authority in our ordinary life now? Well, it's the law of the land. We have the Constitution of the United States of America that establishes the law of the land. So there's always been laws. So the religion of the Jewish people, they had the lawgiver Moses, and from the burning bush he gave the people the 10 Commandments. And then in Deuteronomy, he's like this mean tyrant that if you defy me, you will be sorry, And he killed people, and everybody had to surrender to him. We're in a state of tribal warfare back then. We still are. So they had to have something unite them and give them a sense of power to defend themselves from the other tribes that were around them in the Mideast. And we're talking about Israel. We're talking about the Jewish people and Moses. Okay, so traditionally we have religions develop, and there's somebody that gives laws, that gets the law from above, or we could call it from below if you want, because below is good and above is bad, whatever. You see what I'm saying? It's the truth of this that matters. So the law that I'm offering the people is the law of fairness, and it's the only law. Don't do anyone wrong. So I was listening to a video on Mormon cult and blood atonement. So if someone committed adultery, they would have to die. Jesus' atonement wasn't enough. You had to give your own life to be good with God again. And it might be from too many thefts. It might be from leaving the church. If you left the church and left the state, you would have to be hunted down and killed so that you don't end up with Satan, so that God has you still. You had your own blood would pay the debt. That's the religion I come from. So in the law of fairness that's described in the World Fairness Agreement, it explains how if people will agree, human or non-human, we don't care. It's everybody's universe, because there's no authority other than the laws we establish to rule ourselves with. We have our own code of ethics, and it's like that. So everyone's completely forgiven, and we don't even look into what you did in the past. If you'll just stop doing us wrong. Have a great day.